Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm planning a move this summer, so I've sold quite a few bags and a few pair of shoes. So I figure it may be a good opportunity for me to share my selling experience and give you some potential tips how to better sell your bags or anything on the secondhand market. So to provide some summary statistics, I sold 15 pieces together this year so far, 10 handbags and 5 pair of boots or shoes. And among those, 40% I sold like Mercari or Poshmark, those kind of secondhand shop platform. 60% I sold through Facebook, um, particularly Facebook groups where people buy and sell brand products. I had more luck with Mercari, so I sold 4 pieces on Mercari and 2 pieces on Poshmark. So I have quite some experience dealing with different platforms, and I want to share some tips. The first tip is set realistic expectation. I noticed this year the secondhand market is doing really bad. What that means is there are more people trying to sell items than people are actively buying. I used to be able to kind of break even with most of the pieces I sold in the past. However, this year I really struggled and I had to take more substantial loss in order to sell some items. So just keep that in mind. I think right now is the buyer's market on the secondhand market. So if you are planning to sell your handbags, set realistic expectation. Do some research, look at how where these products were sold. So if you check Mercari, check Poshmark, you can see the items sold. That will give you some sense whether the item has a potential market on those platforms. And you can also check the price those products sold at, so you can have a better sense of how you should price your item if you really want to sell them. The second tip is to try out different platforms. If you list your items on multiple platforms, that will increase your chance of selling because each platforms may give you access to different buyers. Some people may only check Mercari, some people may only use Facebook groups. So keep that in mind. And I will list my Mercari and Poshmark accounts below as well in case you want to see how I list items. That's related to some of the tips I will give in later. But besides the Mercari or Poshmark, these popular secondhand platforms, you can also sell to Close Mentor or other physical places that sell on your behalf. However, keep in mind from my experience, they often quote you a lower price. So if you sell on your own, you can typically get more money. However, it will be more effort to like take pictures on your own, to sell those items and respond to buyers' messages, all that. So just keep that in mind. I had a lot of luck with Facebook groups, particularly because a lot of items I purchase are not the name brands. Like Coach would be a very name brand, high name brand. Popular name brand you can easily sell and find products on Poshmark or Mercari. However, a lot of the brands I purchased maybe from Etsy or less known places. So it's very hard to sell on Mercari. I like Mercari because it shows how popular the item is. You can see how many people click and view your listing. And I know most of the items I posted on Mercari don't get a lot of views. That means not many people know the brand or looking for those items. However, some Facebook group I'm in, such as the Rough and Tumble group, people there know Rough and Tumble loves their product, and I have a higher chance selling there. And Rough Tumble is relatively more well known compared to some of the even smaller brands I share on this channel. So if you discover a brand from a Facebook group, handbag group, and you may have better luck selling items on that group because people are more likely to know the brand or interested in trying that brand of products. The third tip is make sure you take good pictures. You may have a wonderful condition bag, however, the picture can make a huge difference. We are not professionals, like we don't have the studio lighting or anything like that, but try your best to get good lighting, like take pictures on a sunny day as opposed to a rainy day. That would make a huge difference. Try to capture all corners of the bag, or where people would typically ask questions like, do you have corner where is the inside clean? So make sure you have pictures cover those areas so you can easily show to the buyer, included in the list. And also try to take the pictures, making sure the color of the bag in the picture reflects in the true color. So try to capture the more accurate pictures if possible, and that will make the buying and selling experience better for both the seller and the buyer. So the buyer have the realistic expectation of the bag, and you won't be contact later if they don't like the product or it's not what the picture shows. The fourth tip is to write description as detailed as possible. You want to give the buyer all the information to make their decision process easier. For example, write the dimensions. If you cannot find the dimensions online, like measure it, or show how you measure it in the pictures. That way, the buyer don't need to question or look up on the website to think about whether this bag size will fit or not. If you have all the information ready, it will just help the buyers to make a decision process, uh, shorten the decision process, and they are more likely to purchase. Also, write any flaws. If the bag has corner wear, just disclose that. If the bag has fragrance scent, just disclose that. That way, again, there's no unexpected situation happen after buyer receive the bag. And sometimes I find it helpful to give a little bit description of the brand if the brand is not very well known. You can talk a little bit more about like where the brand is based, what kind of material the brand use. Is it full grain leather or is it top grain leather? Is it chemically dyed or is it vegetable tanned leather? These all can make a difference in buyer's decision, especially for less known brands. For a name known brands, of course, the process will probably be easier because people already know the brand. They are looking for that particular style. Then, in that case, in the description, making sure you put the style number or you put the name of the bag. That way, it just helps you to reach out to the potential buyer. If someone is looking for a certain style of a Coach bag and you have that style number there or have the bag name there, when that person search for it, they can find your listing more easily. And the fifth tip is try to use pirate ship or find the best way to ship the bag. That way you can help you save some money with the shipping cost. The shipping cost is really expensive. However, some of the platform like Paraships or PayPal, they have commercial pricing with USPS or UPS. You can always save more money or find better prices on those platforms. That will help you create your, I guess, help you to break even or at least get more money back. For example, I ship a pair of shoes, the retail price could be $20. Um, and that's really expensive if you only sell the shoes for $50. However, if you use those platform, you can potentially get the shipping rate down to $10. Then it can help you save a little bit shipping cost. Also, make sure you purchase insurance if your items is more expensive. Pirate ship has additional insurance option. It's typically, I think, $1.6 for $200 item. The typical USPS or UPS will only cover $100. You don't want to risk losing the items, then you have to refund the buyer and not be able to get anything back. So make sure you purchase insurance. And the last tip, the sixth tip is be more cautious or realistic about your purchase. Some of these items I sold because I really have to downsize my collection, but some of the items I purchased and I realized it's not really what I was looking for, and I have to sell it, and it can be very exhausting, especially when the market is not good. It's really hard to sell some items. It's easier to sell handbags than shoes because shoes people have different size and you don't want to buy a pair of shoes and end up not fitting, and that chance is more likely to happen compared to a handbag. Anyone can buy a handbag um, regardless of their size, and for that reason when you purchase a pair of shoes or handbags, if you can have the returnable option, I would go for that, especially if it's the first time you purchase from this brand, you're not sure about the sizing or you're not sure about the quality of the bag. So try to purchase directly from the website or with the option of return. With that said, I hope these tips are helpful if you need to sell some items and you don't know where to start or need some tips. Thanks for watching the video. I will see you next time. Bye.